let's talk about the major problem, which is, of course, is funding. And then I say that because we talk about technicalities, we talk about ASU strike, we talk about all of these things. They are all the fallout of the funding problem that we have in Nigeria.
Overstretched resources and declining academic quality in Nigeria's higher education system.
Biggest issues about the sector is the fact that there's no sector. There's just a lot of different moving parts, that there's lack of coherence in terms of direction. If you notice that quite a lot of things that happened a lot in the sectors, in the areas of education.
No structure, there's no infrastructure in place. So people want to take that brilliance and take it to a country that works, a structure that works.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Moscow, the heart of Russia. Enjoy breathtaking rooftop views, iconic architecture, and the vibrant cityscape. Experience the essence of Moscow from above.
Thinking about it, with the level of infrastructures and high technologies available and accessible to Russian studying Russian universities, I find it crazy that Nigerians studying Nigerian university, we still have to compete with these guys in the global space.
Nigerians are known all over the world for their brilliance, for their talents, for their intelligence. Nigerian education has evolved over the years, and we are expected to have a level of vibrancy to be able to compete in a global education space. But we discover that our education still faces a lot of problems, especially university education. Lack of infrastructure, the strike, and even insecurity. And there are no appropriate funds that are being disbursed to these different schools to improve their education. And even with all these challenges, we can still see the grit of Nigerian students. We can still see how Nigerian students are doing very well in their respective fields, despite all these challenges facing the academic system. So imagine Nigerian students put their brilliancy in a better educational system, we would see greatness, and that is what is happening. That's why we see when our Nigerian students, when they go abroad to schools, to proper universities where they are good education, we can see that they do great stuff.
Thousands of kilometers away, Russian education presents a completely different academic culture, built on structure, deep research, and 21st century facilities. And to understand this contrast, I spoke with John, a Nigerian student currently studying software engineering in Russia.
So when I came to Russia first and I got to my faculty, I saw every student, like in the classrooms, there are a lot of desktop available for all students. But for me, it was kind of surprising because I'm not used to such settings. And that's one of the things I can really talk about.
Russian education basically is renowned worldwide for its structural and very vibrant academic culture. Universities in Russia basically have facilities that help students to engage in hands-on learning. They don't just focus on theoretical aspects of things, they focus on practical aspects too, because they have the resources, they have the facilities. Funds are being disbursed regularly to these different universities that improve their facilities and improve the quality of education for the foreigners and the citizens of Russia who are schooling in Russia basically.
I feel like when it comes to hands-on learning, I mean like practical learning, Russia actually does very well at that, because in most faculties, they have a lot of sophisticated equipment and infrastructures that they use in learning. For example, my faculty, the engineering aspect, we have a lot of facilities actually that I can just access at any time. I can just go to school at any point in time. It doesn't matter, as long as it's a working hour at school and they don't have a class there. I can just go in and do whatever I want to do, and I'll go out and just log out with the people in charge there. And also when it comes to practical things, we don't write code on paper. We actually type our code, and we we just have basically. I just feel like there's a balance between the theory and the practical aspect, in which when it comes to Nigeria, that balance is not really there.
The fundamental gap between Nigerian and Russian education isn't intelligence, it is resources. In Nigeria, the lack of funded laboratories and working facilities forces our system to tilt almost entirely toward theoretical learning. We master the theory out of necessity, while Russian students are backed up by practical infrastructure.
And also, the university is very diverse. Not only my university, but pretty much all universities in Russia, they're very diverse in the sense that there are various students from various parts of the world, every part of the world actually, that comes to Russia to come and study. We have from Syria, from the Asian part, we have from China. We also have a lot from Africa, Nigerian, Ghana, every African country, even from the American side, you can meet some American classmates, although there are just a few, but you will see some of them here. And I also have a friend is from Syria, and we are actually closer than the classmates. That's just what the school has done, and it's because of the education level of the school. Because if education in Russia is not really good, a lot of students won't be here to study in Russia. So it shows that the education level in Russia is actually good.
I genuinely feel like if Nigerian educational system emulates the Russian educational system and give the students 21st century resources, our students won't just compete on the global stage, they will transform it.